Jonathan Bond. I'm Director of HR and Learning in Pinsent Masons, which is a global law firm. Well, I think 20 years ago, coaching was like the naughty step in my sector. So if you said to a senior person, we'd like to offer you coaching, that was really a coded statement, which meant there's something fundamentally wrong with your behavior or your performance. And I deal with an intelligent, cynical audience. They see through things really quickly. And so we had to change the culture. We had to change the way it was seen. So we thought about the sports world and thought, well, the biggest stars in the sports world have coaches, Messi and Ronaldo, best footballers on the planet, and yet they still work with a coach every day to become even better. And that's what we need to do too. So we tried to set that theme in our business, and we tried to get some of our most respected leaders to have a coach. And once it was known that they had embraced that, they were working with coaches, other people thought, wow, if X, who is so accomplished and so respected, wants to have a coach to improve their performance, then there's absolutely no shame in me doing the same thing. So we were role modeling our most impressive leaders working with coaches. And we actually appointed an internal head of coaching who's in my team, who's a qualified coach, and she runs the roster of coaches. So we brought some professionalism and some coordination about it. But I think the single most important and helpful thing was the fact that our most outstanding leaders were very open about the fact they were receiving coaching. And they even, in meetings and in communication with the wider firm, they talked about the benefits they'd got from it, and they talked about some insights and things they were putting into effect. And we even brought their coaches to speak occasionally at internal conferences as external experts. So I think all those helped take coaching from seen as a punishment for bad behavior into a badge of honor for an up-and-coming talented person in the business. We think that people need coaches when they're making key transitions. So when people are becoming a partner, when they're becoming a head of department, when they're preparing for partnership, when they're preparing for key steps or the major transition, we think that's a perfect time to have a coach that will enable them to make the transition successfully. So I guess experience has taught us where coaches can be most impactful. But if there's a business case for anyone to have a coach, it's available. But we tend to think it's one of these ones where, yes, technology helps you a little bit. Technology helps perhaps just the Zoom calls between coach and coachee. It helps run psychometric testing, etc. But we think this is one of those interventions where you do need a genuine person-to-person conversation, and technology can only get you so far. So we think it's quite a deeply embedded type of conversation people need to have. We think it's probably more personal than technology could enable.